What is going on, Pokemon fans? I'm Palkia, and today we'll be going over the top 10 most similar Pokemon. In this video, I will not be including Pokemon like Silcoon and Cascoon, or Volbeat and Illumise, or Plusle and Minun, simply because they're just meant to look alike. For the number 10 spot, we have Pincurchin and Pyukumuku. I mean, look at them both. They're both round sea urchins, with tiny dots as eyes, and little things in front of their faces as mouths. I mean, they're both really simplistic designs, and both have spikes on them. They look like Pincurchin could be the Galarian form of Pyukumuku. The only real difference here is the typing of the two, Pyukumuku being a water type, and Pincurchin being only an electric type. Pyukumuku also varies from Pincurchin in that it can use its organs as a fist, which Pincurchin cannot do, but from the looks of it, they look pretty similar. On our number 9 spot, we have Pancham and Kubfu. Now, Kubfu was just recently announced for the Pokemon Isle of Armor DLC coming out this summer. It has striking similarities to Pancham, however. Both Pancham and Kubfu are based off of pandas. They're both small, and they both are fighting types. Both of them even look mischievous in their faces. Not to mention, their evolutions look strikingly similar as well. Can you imagine Urshifu just being a Pangoro on a diet? Because I could. Anyways, I thought these two were pretty similar, and there's not a ton about these two that tell them apart. Even their typings are the same. For the number 9 spot on this list, we have Glameow and Purloin. Now, both of these Pokemon are small cat Pokemon. They both have pointy ears, purple eyelashes, and even their body shape is the same. I mean, the most different thing about these two is their color, Glameow being gray and Purloin being purple. Besides that, they're pretty similar. Glameow's twisty tail does give it a difference from Purloin, but overall, they look about the same. If you look on the feet of both Glameow and Purloin, they look like one was just copied and pasted from the other. For number 7 on this list, we have Clobbopus and Crabrawler. Now, I know what you're thinking right now. They look nothing alike, but I'm not so much comparing these two to their looks this time as I am to what they're meant to be. Both Clobbopus and Crabrawler are only fighting types, and they clearly look like they're water types. Clobbopus and Crabrawler are both based on aquatic animals and look nothing like the type they are. Both of these Pokemon are fighting types, and seemingly for no reason at all. I mean, who decided to give Clobbopus boxing gloves? And Crabrawler too. Both Crabrawler and Clobbopus look nothing like the fighting types they are. If you took away Crabrawler's boxing gloves, which don't fit him at all anyways, you wouldn't tell he's a fighting type at all. Same goes for Clobbopus. They both look like water-type Pokemon that just grab boxing gloves to fight rather than fighting-type Pokemon themselves. For number 6 on this list, we have Donphan and the Galar Pokemon Copperajah. Now, Copperajah and Donphan look very similar in body shape, size. They're both based off of elephants. They both have similar looking trunks, tusks, and overall the same body shape. The striking differences between these two mainly rely on the color, Copperajah being a lot more vibrant with his orange than the gray Donphan. Copperajah is also a bit different, with it being more of a cube shape and having its own Gigantamax form, unlike Donphan. However, these two in the end are just both elephant Pokemon that look exactly the same. For number 5 on this list, we have again two Pokemon that don't look exactly alike, but are meant to be the same thing just like Crabrawler and Clobbopus. Comfey and Klefki. Now, Comfey and Klefki are one generation apart, and they're both just something you can wrap around your arm. I mean, both Pokemon look like bracelets come to life. The only real difference between these two is how they look. Comfey is a Hawaiian bracelet made out of plants, and Klefki is, well, made out of steel and keys. But overall, Comfey just looks like a Klefki with grass cover all over it. If you took away the keys from Klefki and just glued on some flowers, it would look just like a Comfey. Both of these Pokemon having a small round orb as their head also makes them very similar to each other. For number 4 on the list, we have something that disappointed me a lot when I first saw it in Pokemon Sword and Shield, and that is Coalossal. So, Coalossal on its own is quite a cool Pokemon, but I really did expect something different in its evolution from Roly-Poly, and I really don't like Carkol. But let's get back on topic here. Rhyperior and Coalossal look strikingly similar. I mean, Rhyperior is pretty much just Colossal without the coal. Both of these Pokemon have big rocky arms and a round rocky body. They're both meant to have a rocky body and be rock-type Pokemon, but there's not a lot that sets them apart from each other, and I wish Game Freak would have been a little more creative with these. If you took away the color from Rhyperior and made it all black, it would look very similar to Colossal. The only thing that really sets it apart is the horn on its head. Like Copperajah, however, Colossal does have its own Gigantamax form, which does help set it apart from Rhyperior. I'm so saddened to see that these two Pokemon look so similar to each other, when the Pokemon that evolve into them look nothing alike. Now we're down to the top 3 Pokemon on this list, with number 3 being Eldegoss and Whimsicott. When I was organizing my boxes of Pokemon Sword and Shield, I realized that there's 2 Pokemon that looked almost exactly the same next to each other, and these 2 Pokemon are both made of cotton. Both are grassy, round cotton balls with a little bit of a face and personality to them, but they don't really have a lot different from each other. Give Whimsicott seeds and maybe round it off a little bit, and it'll look just like an Eldegoss. Both of these Pokemon are also Stage 1 and cannot evolve again, making them almost carbon copies of each other. I really wish Galar introduced a more original Pokemon than Eldegoss, with Gossifleur being so original in design, or maybe even have Eldegoss evolve once. But instead, we're left with just another cotton grass type Pokemon like Whimsicott. Number 2 on this list is 2 very similar grass type Pokemon, that being Petilil and Fomantis. Now, Petilil was introduced in Gen 5, and Fomantis was introduced in Gen 7, but still, both of these Pokemon look almost the same. The only thing that sets apart Fomantis from Petilil is its pink color and widened eyes, and maybe even its arms. But other than that, these two have very similar shapes, they both have the thing on top of their head, they're both just little grass monsters. And you look at these two side by side, it really is hard to tell them apart. Also, I'm going to add the fact that both of these Pokemon only evolve once, making Fomantis a likely copy of Petilil in the first place. Number 1 on this list should not be much of a surprise since you should have seen it in the thumbnail, but I am just amazed at how similar these two Pokemon look. That being Blipbug from Generation 8 and Scatterbug from Generation 6. These two Pokemon look so similar to each other, it looks like Blipbug is just a reskin of Scatterbug. I am really surprised that Blipbug was not just a Galarian form of Scatterbug. I'm gonna overlay these two Pokemon on top of each other so you can see just how similar they really are. Blipbug doesn't have any pupils, but that's really the only thing that sets it aside. Their body type is the same, their head shape is the same, their eyes almost look the same, they both have the color between their body and their head, the same kind of legs, the same kind of body pattern. It's just amazing. I do appreciate, however, the unique typing of Blipbug evolving into Psychic types, and the evolutions themselves are pretty unique. But Blipbug and Scatterbug, however, are really strikingly similar. For the honorable mention of this video, I didn't want to include it because it's so popular of a duo, where we have Magikarp and Feebas. I think Feebas is pretty much seen as the feminine version of Magikarp, with its evolution being more graceful and elegant than the monstrous Gyarados. These two Pokemon are very similar, and Feebas does look like a reskin of Magikarp, but they're just so popular and I think pretty much everyone's aware of this duo. That being said, I hope you enjoyed my first video and look forward to more. I'll see you Pokemon fans later in the next video.